everyone, I'm Nita Hone, and it is Monday, and that means it's time for a draft video. I post one every Monday and Thursday, always of the latest format, which right now is Guilds of Ravnica. Before the draft gets started, I want to remind you guys that my videos are sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can go to cardkingdom.com to buy basically anything you need for Magic, whether it's singles, accessories, sealed product if you want to draft. So check out Card Kingdom. So it'll be interesting to see how we do in this draft. Our last two were 3-0-6-0s, which is crazy. So I think it's pretty safe to say we're not going to do that well this time. If we do 3 in a row, I'd be happy. I'm also sort of trying to unlock the achievement of getting a trophy with each guild. So far, we have 3 trophies, and they're each with a different guild. So it's Izzet, Boros, and Golgari. Selesnya, you know, for a while, people have really been saying that Golgari was the worst. But the more I play this format, I honestly think Selesnya is worse than Golgari. I mean, any deck will work in this format if it's open. But I think Boros, Izzet, and Dimir are all sort of on their own level. Like, those decks work out way more frequently and way more easily than the others. So yeah, we'll just have to see what happens. This is a strong pack. We have, it's not that strong actually, but Discovery Dispersal is a card I've first picked and not hated first picking. Don't love it either. But Rock Charger and Dead Weight I think are where what we're really thinking about doing here. Dead Weight is just great against all the decks in the format, basically. Just look at this pack, for example, which, you know, isn't the best way to decide a pick, but look at all the creatures it can kill in this pack and how much more mana most of them cost. You know, it's a great removal spell. It's like key if you want to have a deck that can, a black deck, because neither black deck is especially fast. So either black deck, you need to have something like it to slow down the faster decks, and it's just amazing. You almost always trade up. Rock Charger is great too, especially in Boros, to a lesser extent in Selesnya. But I think you got to take Dead Weight. It's removal, and it's certainly premium. So it's a great common. Okay, well, this is interesting. I do love Disinformation Campaign, and I haven't actually gotten a chance to play it yet myself. It is a really good card, but I don't know that I really want to take it with my second pick. It's not that hard to end up with enough Surveil to make it work, but it's also not a card that's great against all the decks in the format. Especially Boros will just crush you if you're trying to play it. I think I might go a little safer and just take Luminous Bonds, which is another premium removal spell. Obviously, Orzhov is not a deck in this format, but these are both splashable, although I don't know that you really want to splash Deadweight, but Luminous Bonds you certainly do. Yeah, so I think we take it. You know, all 3 of these are four cards in a row here. All have Surveil or do something with Surveil. Muse Drake's pretty nice too, but I think Luminous Bonds is just the best card in this pack, and it doesn't require you to do anything except play some white mana sources. Wow. I guess everyone thinks Selesnya is bad now. Because Amara is really good. I don't think you can really pass her. If you get her early and you're just like aggressive, she's going to give you tokens. If you convoke with her, she's going to give you tokens. She's great. Conclave Guildmage is good too, don't get me wrong. If it's open enough, it might come back. I think we definitely take Amara here. The rest of the cards in this pack aren't even in the same sort of class as either of these. You know, there's tons of decent playables in this pack, but these are both above that. Certainly Amara is. Okay, Peacemaker's solid, but there's also a Wojek Bodyguard in here who's great in Boros. Not so good in Izzet. It's tempting to really try to start just doing green-white because we got Amara, but at the same time, if red-white's open, I don't see a reason not to do it, and I don't feel like any of these green-white cards are reasons to keep trying to push green-white. You know, we may see some other stuff that makes it perfectly open, but I think I'm just going to take this Bodyguard. You know, these are all fine playables, but the Bodyguard's more than that. It's sort of a key card, a key common in the Boros deck. And we just got back-to-back ones. Siege Worm, you know, enables Amara, and that's exciting. But I think I just take another Bodyguard. I have a hard time saying no to Wojek Bodyguard. And there's a third one. Yep, I think I take a third Wojek Bodyguard. It is just such a beating. Like, right now, we don't have the deck put together to make it work. We're pretty early. Obviously, Healer's Hawk is the kind of thing that's really good with it. But I think we just take another Bodyguard here. There are good green cards here, like Iron Shell, Beetle is perfectly fine. but 3 Wojek Bodyguards is probably better. So we'll see. White doesn't actually seem all that open, and that's kind of worth mentioning, and maybe I should think about that more because this isn't really... I mean, it could be okay in, like, not a Boros deck, like in an Izzet deck, but it's not great there. Okay. All right. So Demotion's great in the Boros deck, so I may take it. Rubble Belt Boar is also pretty nice, but Demotion is really some serious action in that deck. I mean, it's another card that's really only good in this deck, in the Boros deck, because making it so something can't block and its activated abilities can't be activated just isn't worth it if you're a deck who's not the beatdown. But if you're the beatdown, it's great. So I think we take another demotion. Our first demotion. We've been demoted. I guess the idea is we are going to demote people. Okay, so Gird for Battle's not bad. I do think Iron Shell Beetle... I mean, I could hedge a little here and take something like the Beetle, which I think is perfectly reasonable. And, like, we'd probably play Demotion if we ended up in Selesnya, but it's not great. I mean, but Torch Courier and Gird for Battle, I think both of them are worse than Iron Shell Beetle most of the time. Gird for Battle can do some silly things, but... And maybe I should just take it and be forcing white instead of sort of hedging. Yeah, I probably should. Let's cut white. Okay, reasonable white cards here. Siege Worm if we were really in the Amara deck, but it doesn't look like that's where we're going because this pack has a bunch of decent 2-drops, 2 decent 2-drops in it, and a couple other decent cards, and Hammer Dropper. I think I probably just want like 10th District Guard here. It's not especially exciting, but when you have 3 Wojek Bodyguards, all your 2-drops are way better. Okay, I'm going to take a Guildgate. Here I'm going to take a Rubble Belt Boar. Yeah, Boros looks open. I mean, I was all ready to try to make Selesnya work. And this is a reason to do it, but it just didn't work out. I mean, if I picked up enough fixing, would I splash this? Probably not. I mean, I don't think the Boros deck is really interested in splashing. I don't think it wants to mess around with that. It just wants to curve out and crush people. So I don't think we really want to splash it. One of these days, it is. I mean, I think it might be more fun to build Amara, but I like formats where there's like one dedicated aggro deck. Formats where every deck is aggro, like Ixalan aren't so good, but formats where there's one good aggro deck I do enjoy usually. So we could take like the Guildgate here, but I think we'd rather just have another 2-drop. Again, we have 3 Wojek Bodyguards, so yes, this is a subpar 2-drop, but I will take the Siege Worm now. I don't want Gravitic Punch. That seems like it's more for the Izzet deck. Urban Utopia, sure. Okay, something really weird happens and we go green-white all of a sudden. Could happen, but it seems improbable. There's a Sky Knight Legionnaire here. There's also a Luminous Bonds. Which is better? It's hard to say. The Sky Knight Legionnaire is like really important card for this deck. About as important as Wojek Bodyguard. But Luminous Bonds is a great removal spell. I think that's really our choice here. We wouldn't mind if Hammer Dropper or Sworn Companions comes back. I think we can confidently say neither of these is coming back. I mean, this is a great removal spell even for Boros because it gets a blocker out of the way. I kind of feel like it's what I got to take. I love Legionnaire, but I think Luminous Bonds, if it were, if it were one of the more expensive like red removal spells, I would definitely take the Legionnaire over like Command the Storm or something like that. But Luminous Bonds is just too good, I think, for me to pass it. And we probably will not see that Legionnaire come back unless Boros is like insanely open. That would be pretty nice. Every time I'm in... Well, that's not true. When I've played Golgari, I've gotten a lot of Find Brokers. But every other color pair, I don't get the double color guy when I want it. So I think it's Lava Coil here. Again, it's back-to-back really good removal spells. We definitely do need more creatures at some point, but I don't think you can say no to Lava Coil or Luminous Bonds, no matter what deck you're in. If you're in that color, you should be taking them very highly. Okay, so it's not a great pack for us, but I think I just take a Shield Mate, another random 2-drop. Ledev Guardian's not what we're looking for. Piston Fist Cyclops. We have 2 cards that activate it right now, so I think I'd rather just have a Shield Mate. Our 2 drops right now are pretty mediocre. We don't have the good ones just yet, certainly. So things are looking a little scary now, I have to say, in terms of playables in our colors. In general, I mean, other than Artful Takedown and Swarm Guildmage, this pack is generally unimpressive. So I could take a Collar the Culprit for the sideboard, but I don't think Boros wants 4 mana removal spells, really. It wants stuff like Demotion and Luminous Bonds. I think we just take a Halberdier here. We could take like a Generous Stray. It's certainly better than a Halberdier. And I'm hopeful I don't actually play the Halberdier. And I guess that could let me hedge in case red just disappears on us here. And it's, yeah, I mean, in an ideal world, I'm not playing the Halberdier. So let's take the Stray. Rampaging Monument. Yeah, I don't have enough gold cards for that. Yeah, things are still looking a little shady right now in terms of playables. I think we take Intrusive Pack Beast. We'll play it in either deck. Say we end up in green-white. We play it. And in this deck, I think we probably will make the cut too. Okay. Sworn Companions, Hazda Marshal, Rubble Belt Boar. So Hazda Marshal can be nice. 10th District Guard can sort of enable it sometimes, and certainly Wojek Bodyguard can. Intrusive Pack Beast can. I do need more low drops. Sworn Companions does make Piston Fist Cyclops better, should we take those at some point. I do like Rubble Belt Boar a decent amount. I can't decide. These are all 3 of these cards are sort of in the same ballpark for me. They're all fine, but nothing that I'm like really excited about. I guess if I end up in Selesnya, Sworn Companions is probably the best, but yeah, I mean, I think I'd take the 1-drop. Well then, okay, so I think we take some green cards now. I think Ceratok is better than Crawl Foragers most of the time. I mean, we could take an Izzet Guildgate, which could open up a potential splash, but like I said, if we end up in this deck, I don't see us splashing anything. So Maximize Velocity is not terrible, but it's not good either. I think I'd take a Wood Shaper. No, we might end up in Selesnya after all is said and done, huh? Okay, Locksmith, but another Wood Shaper. Locksmith is a really subpar 2-drop. Like, what the biggest thing we give up, and red really hasn't seemed open. We got an early Lava Coil, but I think Selesnya is far more open. I think we have sort of, as much as we sort of tried to force this deck, I don't think it's going to happen. I think this is what's happening. Yeah, now that Conclave Cavalier came back, it's definitely happening. Okay. All right. Well, the other drafters at the table have spoken. We are now drafting green-white. And I don't feel bad about it. I mean, taking the white cards, we took a lot of white cards for that deck anyway, so if we pick up enough fixing, this is a deck where we would splash. So we have Lava Coil. We also have Urban Utopia. So I don't know that we desperately want to play Lava Coil, but since we already have 2 Luminous Bonds, but we might. Oh, what won't be that good is probably Demotion in the end, and maybe Gird for Battle gets cut too, but most of the cards we took are decent. So Vigor Spore Worm's not bad. Is it better than Crawl Foragers? Probably. I think it probably is. Swarm Guildmage. Okay. Yeah, we got all the Wood Shapers in the world, which I'm pretty happy about. I do like that card. This card's like not great, but like it should be in basically any blue deck. You should be playing it. It's kind of crazy to see it where we did. Blue hasn't seemed that open. Okay. What do we have here? So nothing red to really tempt us back into where we were. So Skyline Scout's a nice 2-drop, but Rosemane Centaur is nice too. Skyline Scout's certainly better than 10th District Guard or Venati Shieldmate. It's funny we passed that Rampaging Monument because now we have a bunch of gold cards in our deck. I think the Centaur is just better. The Scout's nice, but yeah, I think I'd rather have the Centaur. Plus Convoke has some extra value when we have Amara. So if we want to splash something, it would probably be black for this. We don't have fixing for that right now. This is a strong pack. Beacon Bolt, Murmuring Mystic, Sky Knight Legionnaire, all like really premier cards for, you know, this is good in either blue deck. Definitely better in Izzet, and this is really great in Izzet, and this is really great in Boros. Yeah, this pack is not that good for us. Righteous Blow's not bad, but I feel like I should take this and see if I can pick up fixing, because Status Statue is really good. Definitely would splash it over Lava Coil. Well, I think I like Iron Shell Beetle more than Bounty Agent, like 95% of the time. So I think it's what I take. Obviously, Bounty Agent's way better if your opponent's playing Legendary stuff, but they're not going to be playing it the vast majority of the time, and it's not even that likely that you draw it when their Legendary thing is in play anyway. Like, so it could happen, and when it does, it's great. But I think Iron Shell Beetle is just better. We could take the Utopia to help us splash, but I don't think we're desperate to splash this. Not desperate enough to take it over a perfectly good 2-drop. Anyway, there's a World Soul Colossus. There's a District Guide, which if we already had a Guild Gate, that would make our Status Statue work. I would consider taking. I mean, right now, if I don't play either of these, I don't think we're that sad about it. I mean, trying to get one of them in, probably worth it, but I think we just take another Centaur here. We do have Urban Utopia here, I keep forgetting. So this is a great red card, but this is also a great white card, so I think we just take the Stalwart. It'll be nice with like Hazda Marshall if that ever happens. Sworn Companions, I think. We do have 3 cards with Convoke right now. Yeah, I mean, again, there's Vivid Revival, which could be interesting for 7, 8 gold cards right now. I mean, I think we're in the neighborhood for Vivid Revival to be good. But I think I take Sworn Companions for now. Another Iron Shell Beetle or an Urban Utopia. Probably another Beetle. Yeah, I do like these Beetles. Another Wood Shaper. Oh, Chromatic Lantern. Isn't that interesting? That would definitely... I already have 3 Wood Shapers. I don't really know if I want another one. I could take a Trick, but I think Lantern has the most upside here. I'm going to take it. Ceratok, I have some 4s I'm going to need to cut, so, but what else am I going to play there? So the Lantern plus Boros Guildgate is definitely enough to splash Lava Coil. Probably don't need to play Urban Utopia either, but I don't know that we really want to be doing that or need to be doing it. So we'll see. Take a Guardian here. You know, if I had like 2 Amaras, maybe I'd play it. We don't, though. This is Ramp, and we do have, you know, some big guys. Granted, most of them have Convoke. So I think for now, we kind of look at our deck like this. Yeah, now we'll take a Blade Instructor, I think, over second Urban Utopia. I mean, we do, right now, I guess we only have 2 removal spells. So if I really want to play... Yeah, I guess I'll take the Utopia. Because if I really want to play Status Statue, and maybe I do, I probably need to play both of them. Because in the end, we only ended up with 2 removal spells overall. The 2 Luminous Bonds. So, and the nice thing about Status Statue, I think we definitely play it because we can use the combat trick half of it in a pinch. You could have had all the Urban Utopias. The question is it better to play Chromatic Lantern or Urban Utopia? I think Urban Utopia is just better if you're playing only 3 colors because, and maybe I just run 1. Like I said, the fail case is I can play the status half. So I think dropping to 1 is perfectly reasonable. They can be pretty bad. Like you know, if you don't need them. They do replace themselves, so it's sort of like cycling. But I don't think we need more than 2. You know, if we can cast Statue, great. If I can only cast Status, I mean, that's still a decent card. We still need to cut about 2 more things, I would say. So, I mean, 10th District Guard is a really subpar 2-drop. There's no getting around that. So maybe I cut one of them. Hazda Marshal's a lot less good in this deck, because now I'm not like a Boros deck, just like slamming a bunch of Wojak bodyguards and other things. I only have 1 card with Mentor now. I think we probably still want Gird for battle, but it is a lot less good than it would have been. I mean, we could honestly just cut both of these, and I don't think that would be that bad. Yeah, I think just cutting both of them is actually probably okay. They have really good synergy in Boros, but in this, yeah, it's an early creature that can help me convoke things, but that's it. So I think this looks all right. I don't think it looks like an incredible deck, certainly, but it was what was open. I mean, getting a back Conclave Cavalier was great. Getting multiples would have been better, but, you know, you can't be too greedy. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm trying to think here. The Lantern, while it doesn't replace itself, it does ramp all on its own. Urban Utopia doesn't do that. There are reasons that we would want to ramp. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if I played Chromatic Lantern... No, he can't play Lava Coil. Well, Chromatic Lantern and Urban Utopia and 1 mountain and 1 swamp. No, we don't want to do that. No. No, we don't need to. I think Urban Utopia is the right way to go. Yeah. Yeah. Works for me. All right. So, 1 swamp is probably right. Is 7 plains right? Probably. We have some early 2s. Like, yeah, if we can't play a Mara on turn 2, that's going to be annoying. But we have a lot more green. And we have fixing that's green. So, yeah, I think that's right. All right, see you guys in the first match. All right, well, we definitely have a good hand here with a turn 2 Amara, especially with Iron Shell Beetle. We aren't playing first, which would obviously make her better, but we're okay. This hand's good either way. Obviously, just have a bunch of cards that we can play without drawing much more mana. You know, just with 1 more land, we can basically play everything in our hand thanks to Convoke. I think we definitely play Amara first. It does open her up to removal a little more quickly. But it also means she could help make tokens, which goes a long way for us. What if they play Amara here? Nope, just a fresh-faced recruit. Alright, so gonna play Amara. See what happens. We kind of would like to draw another land, admittedly. You know, Luminous Bonds, and now we've drawn these 2 cards, which we can't play at all. So we do need to draw more mana. So we definitely take 2 here. Hopefully this is like a 2-2 that we can attack through if we play Iron Shell Beetle. And it's a 2-1. Not quite the same thing, but good enough for me. So we're going to play Iron Shell Beetle here. We're stuck on 2 lands, but as I said, we can do a lot with what we've got. Especially because we're getting a token here. It means we can actually play our Centaur next turn, which will also make another token. Selesnya versus Selesnya, it looks like. We're going to take 2. Okay. So our options are, we could actually just attack with everything, but if they have like anything, that's a really bad plan, like a trick or anything. I think I just play the Rosemane Centaur here, which will give us another dude. So we did play everything that was in our opening hand, basically. So hopefully this is... Oh, it's just a restore. So if we can play Luminous Bonds here, we're going to be pretty happy. We can't, though. Why would we, you know? Oop, not what I wanted to do there. So... we just attack with our Rosemane Centaur here. And then play Shieldmate. It's like we kept a 2-lander and all, but come on. Give us one more land at least. That's a good thing to Luminous Bonds. Although it can't actually mentor anything. Haha. Okay, so what do we do here? I could Luminous Bonds, but it's not... This isn't that scary at this point. I mean, yeah, I can... It's probably... If I do Luminous Bonds, it's probably just better to put it here. Because then they can double block my Centaur, sure, but I kill 2 creatures in the process. So I think I play the Bonds on the Restorer. And we attack with Rosemane Centaur. Must have a trick, I guess. There is... Ah, crap. I forgot about Pax Favor. Okay. Well, that's obnoxious. Still a 1-for-1, but we did just lose what was probably our best creature. It's the first time I think I've seen someone play Pax Favor, but it's definitely an okay trick. I think there are definitely better ones, but it's pretty good. Another Restorer. Okay. I think we play our Ceratok here. Could play Woodshaper instead, but the Ceratok will put more pressure on them more quickly. I mean, I can trade for a Loxodon Restorer with it, if nothing else. And trading is getting to look kind of okay when we have Vigor Spore Worm in our hand. We'd also like a board where if we tap down like 2 creatures, which is what we have right now, their blocks just aren't good. Yeah, so we'll take 2 in the sky. Okay, they play a Ceratok. Another Luminous Bonds is nice. I don't feel like I need to play it just yet, though. I think I'd rather just play the Woodshaper and see what we can draw off of that. Yeah, so we'll play Woodshaper. Into another Woodshaper. Don't have a choice, really. Our deck does have a bunch of enchantments in it. I mean, by a bunch, I mean 3. But, but that's a lot for a limited deck. So our chances of hitting stuff with this are even higher than usual because we have 2 removal spells that are enchantments, as well as the fixing spell we put in our deck. Sonome Stalwart, huh? Okay, so I think I attack with my Ceratok here and see what happens. Ceratok for Ceratok. If that's what happens, it's fine with me. I think we just play another Woodshaper. Yeah, at some point we're going to have to go after that Parhelion Patrol, but I don't think we're at that point yet. I do feel like I wish I'd taken some tricks right now because it would help me bust through this board. Right, so we're going to go to 18. Ah, Bounty of Might for the win. Now I feel foolish. Okay. All right, well, their Selesnya deck certainly bested ours. Bounty of Might is nasty. So, Phosphor Reflection does get a little more attractive against somebody playing that card, but I don't think attractive enough. Seems like Gird for Battle would have been pretty good there, just making it so I could attack more early. I mean, maybe it's better to just cut Urban Utopia and run like Gird for Battle and just mostly use this as a trick. And if I hit my swamp, great. I kind of feel like that might be better to begin with. Don't think we want Demotion, although it could have been nice early, I guess. Yeah. This is probably just better. I mean, it's tempting to want to like go really hard into black, but when we're playing such a medium card, to make it work, it hurts a little. And because, again, it's still, I do have that trick. Because it's a trick, that's pretty nice. So this time we need to Luminous Bonds a flyer a little earlier. All right, this is perfectly fine. I think we definitely lead with the Stalwart. We may even be able to push it through with the very mediocre 10th District card. That card can be a problem if your opponent has a lot of mentoring. Ooh. That's pretty nice to draw Gird for Battle when you have Sunhome Stalwart. Okay. Drawing a Plains would have been nice because I could have played Dentist, Guard, and Gird for Battle, but right now we can't do that. I'm going to do this because on the off chance they have the way to do 2 damage to my attacking creature, this actually lets it get in for a turn without getting killed by that. Next turn, I probably Gird for Battle, although it'll make him able to mentor later things better, but obviously it won't be able to mentor the District Guide because it'll also be a 3/3. This card is like ridiculous and can be ridiculous in the Boros deck. It's just so easy to mentor things. Okay, Sworn Companions. So I could slam a Rosemane Centaur here instead, but I feel like Gird for Battle is just going to be better going forward. So they can gain 3 life a turn right now, which is pretty frustrating, but I think it's still worth attacking for 6 here. So far they're missing green, which is helpful for us. Yeah, there's the Restorer. That's annoying. We do have our combat trick to punch through it. Question is, do I want to do that? I think I probably do. I think I attack with both, use the trick, and then play a Wood Shaper. Seems pretty good. If they just take 6, I may just play Rosemane Centaur. I probably do just play Rosemane Centaur. So status. Kill that. Play a Wood Shaper. Ooh. You're all good. I think Conclave Cavalier is probably best, though. So we can mentor this now, which is pretty great. Yeah, they scooped. We just got snowballing on them, and they never drew green mana, to be fair. So that helped. Yeah, I don't think we changed anything. Gird for Battle definitely paid off right away. Yeah. That first game, we were stuck on 2 forever. And yeah, we got to play a lot of things, but it definitely really slowed down what was like an awesome hand. Ugh. Definitely mulliganing this. All right, this is reasonable. I don't think we really want to draw a Vigor Spore Worm at this point. Healer's Hawk is back. Chances are good they'll be able to just block Amara when we play her, but that's okay, I think. Okay, well that is somewhat good news. Let's draw either our combat trick or Iron Shell Beetle. We can do it. Probably about to play their trusty companion, whatever it is that makes 2/1/1s. Nope, just a Weary Okapi. But that is kind of a problem. I think I should probably be willing to just attack here and trade and keep a token. I mean, it's greedy, and it'd be great to keep Amara around forever, but I think the amount of value you get out of this is actually perfectly fine. I mean, it's not exciting, but it is value. I mean, they trade a 3-drop for a 2-drop, and I get a 1/1 token out of the deal. So I don't hate it. We'll end our turn. Like, that's basically kind of the worst case scenario with Amara, and that's a pretty good worst case scenario. A 2-mana. If it was think about it, if it were like a common or an uncommon, it would be one of the best ones around, right? Doesn't seem awesome because, yeah, there's way more potential there. Hey, black mana. Okay, so we are going to take some damage here, but hopefully we can hit someone to help us. We can actually play Siege Worm next turn if we want to. Oh, so there's a Luminous Bonds. I feel like I probably should just take it. Would be nice to get a creature and all, but also a little greedy, I think. When removal is probably what we're going to need. I'm guessing everybody's attacking. And they are. So I think I just take the 3. I could trade, but then I wouldn't be able to play Siege Worm. And none of the trades would be very good anyway. I mean, I guess the token for the token's fine. Okay. So I could just play Rosemane Centaur, which leaves me in a little bit better of a situation, but if things go bad, I mean. But not that much better of one. Yeah, I would have had these back as blockers, but they're horrendous blockers anyway, so could prevent damage, but at a pretty great cost. So I think just having the big man is probably worth it. So they do have their trick potentially now, the 6-mana nonsense trick. And it won't quite just kill us right now, but it could get close. Loxodon Restorer. Yeah, so I probably put Luminous Bonds on that. Yeah, if my opponent has their trick, they're going to kill us with this in a hurry. But if they don't, which is, you know, more likely, I like our chances. Sworn Companions is tempting to play when they might have that trick too. But so I think we put Luminous Bonds here. Then I attack with Siege Worm, and then I play Rosemane Centaur. Just gains so much life. It's nasty. All right. Okay, I think I attack with my Centaur and my Siege Worm again, and then play Sworn Companions. They can like triple block or something, but yeah, they're just going to single block, which makes sense. I need to start gaining life soon just so Healer's Hawk can't quite kill me. Next removal spell I draw, I probably do try to take out Healer's Hawk. It's definitely the most concerning. Okay. So right now, this alone can almost kill me. Do I play my Wood Shaper first to see what I can get? I don't really think it matters. Unless it's a Luminous Bonds. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess I am going to play my Wood Shaper first just in case, because it will definitely change my decision if I hit one of those, if I hit a removal spell. So I do not. I do hit a Conclave Cavalier again, which I think we happily take. Do I attack with my soldiers just to gain life? I don't think so. I think I attack with both of these, though. As long as I have blockers for everything they have, I'm in, like, okay shape. Once, after this turn, when this can kill me if they have their trick, I do think I need to start sending one in just to gain life, basically. Yeah, so kind of sucks, but we know they have that trick, and it's how we lost game 1. So okay, so that's interesting. They have 2 creatures who can block, but not particularly well. I could actually just attack with all 4 of these and then play both of these creatures. Well, maybe I attack with everything. No, I need to leave back at least 1 soldier. So I think I attack with everything but 1 soldier. That'll take me to 12, so they can't quite kill me. And I'll also have 3 blockers left. Seems reasonable. Oh, plus Rosemane Centaur, but I think just to be careful because they could kill it if they want to. I leave 1 soldier back. Playing the Cavalier there doesn't really make a difference. Yeah, they kill both of those, but it takes us to 12. That's what matters. See if they have a kill spell. 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so that's going to hit them pretty hard. Take us to 12. Oh, you know what? I can't actually play both of these, so I'm even happier that I left that back. So we will play the Cavalier. Gotta hope they don't have a removal spell now. I would have played a little more cautiously there if I, you know, looked at my mana. So even if they don't kill us here, they do gain 10 life. So, you know, yeah, and they are going to do that. So we go to 2. So we're on a turn 2-turn clock, but we actually have a pretty formidable clock on our side of the board too. Drawing a real spell would have been nice. Yeah, so we attack with everything. And that'll take us to 3. Okay, so they take 17 to go to 1 here. We go up to 3. Do they have another trick, you think? They might. Did my little lifelink token save me? They did. We got there in the end. All right, see you guys in the next match. All right, going into match 2. And we would like to play first. Solid hand. We definitely would like to draw some more stuff, but as long as we draw a 3rd land, we can play Generous Stray and draw a card, which might be a land, and then we can also convoke out the Centaurs, potentially. So it's a fine hand. It's not a perfect one. Last time we kept a 2-lander, it didn't go so well, but, you know, what are you going to do? The interesting thing about what my last opponent did is they could have spread out the way they pumped their creatures with that thing, and that would have like blown me out instead of going all in on that thing. Just thinking about that. So we'll play our Beetle. It's a less exciting way to play the Beetle, but hey, it's still 2 mana 2/2. It helps us with Convoke, etc. Am I willing to trade it for an Ornery Goblin? Yeah, probably. I mean, Generous Stray is even better to trade with it, but I'm kind of okay with... Yeah, I don't even want to trade. That works perfect for us because our Generous Stray can just trade with it. If I want to. Honestly, I may just take 2 so that, well, now I only have to hold on to 1 creature to play my Rosemane Centaur. See what they got. Yeah, he's a biggin, and he trades for Rosemane Centaur, which is sad. Doesn't trade for that, but we don't have the right mana. Okay, so we just still cast this. I think trading our Centaur for it is probably fine. Like, we have another one after all. I hope they don't have a ton of flyers. Our deck is pretty weak to flyers. We didn't even pick up any Reach or Crushing Canopy. That's what killed us in the first game and almost killed us, well, in our last game. So, what do you think they're doing here? Cosmotronic Wave? Just kidding, that seems rather unimpactful. Okay, fair enough. Luckily, this still can't attack. That's the upside about Capture Sphere for me here. Kind of surprised they're not attacking me, but you know. Right, so now I can play Conclave Cavalier, and we will, and it's fine to trade with Piston Fist Cyclops because we actually get 2 tokens out of the deal, but we will end our turn. No creatures in our graveyard for a Vigor Spore Worm right now, so it's not the most exciting thing we could do. That's for sure. Vigor Spore Worm can be a pretty nice finisher if you manage to sort of clear the board of creatures who can block it on their own, which happens, so... Let's see what they do here. This is such a pain to deal with. This is actually... Capture Sphere is way better against it than, like, straight-up removal, so I'm sure they're like, damn it. Capture Sphere would have been better. Okay. In their turn, I think I attack with my Conclave Cavalier and see what happens. I think there's a very good chance they just trade with it, but we're obviously pretty okay with that. They may be about to play Psychic or a Sonic Assault. Sonic Assault. Not Seismic Assault, as some people call it sometimes. All right, so let's attack. If we get a creature in the graveyard, it makes our Vigor Spore Worm better too, by the way, so I don't mind that. I'm also okay with them just taking 4 to the face. So, yeah, 4 to the face it is. So, I think we play another Centaur now. They're going to do something. Okay. Fine. Yeah, I think we still play our Centaur. And I just think we hard cast it. I don't really see a good reason to... use any of these to cast it, so we do need to get this Piston Fist Cyclops out of the way one way or another, because right now it's holding back all our smaller creatures. So far they've managed to kill our creatures that could have killed it. Okay. So if I could make this a 5/5 in attack, does that really make a difference? Not really. Doesn't really seem worth it to me at this point, actually. So I think we do attack with the Centaur, though. So the fact that they can Mentor the Ornery Goblin's a little annoying, but it's not a huge deal, I don't think. They're just going to take 4. All right, so we will play Sumala Woodshaper. Get ourselves a 2-for-1, most likely. Haven't missed yet when I've played this card, recording or otherwise. It's pretty hard to if you have... I did it to myself. You know, I don't mind not drawing 4 forests in a row. I'm not going to lie to you. So it still did something. But it is hilarious. It's like, I've never missed with it before. And then I missed with it. So we do have the board so populated that they just don't have that good of attacks. So that's nice. Just a lot of bodies out there. It's funny that it wasn't even like a mix of things. It was just 4 forests. Period. But if we do 4 forests in a row right now, we'd probably lose. So, like I said, could be worse, certainly. Do they attack here? No. There's a plains. Okay. I think it's probably worth playing the worm here and not pumping this, but pumping an elf knight. Yeah. So let's play our worm. They could counter it, of course. They do not, though. So, yeah, making this a 5/5 doesn't make much of a difference. They can still just, I mean, it'll die if it's double blocked either way. But if I make this a 3/3, they don't have any way to block it without losing a body. So, yeah. Okay. Attack, attack. Siege Worm would be nice. You know what I really wish I had is the flying Convoke dude. I think that's the best of all the Convokers. Although Rosemane Centaur's good, it's not like a finisher like that one is. It's more of just like a, wow, you did that on turn 3 kind of card. But, you know, it's still carrying its weight right now, but it's not doing anything amazing, you know. Then they have this to worry about, too. I mean, yeah, they can block it. They can just block it with their Cyclops right now, but if they do that, unless they play something, they're looking at some serious damage. I'm sure they're about to do something. They wouldn't be waiting this long. I'm sure they're trying to decide if they want to bounce something. Looks like they're just taking 7, actually. I am okay with that. I mean, we're so wide right now that it's going to be pretty hard for them. They must have something awesome, right? Because if we attack right now, yeah, you get blocked, and one of you gets blocked, but then lethal gets through. So they got to have something awesome. There's not a board sweeper in their colors. If they have Psychic Assault, Sonic Assault, that could buy them time, certainly, but it's not awesome. Okay, yeah, they scooped. They should not have shown me what they had in their hand. I mean, these are the cards you kind of expect an aggressive Izzet deck, which is what theirs is to have, but still, don't show people what you have in what they have in your hand. It's interesting that they just, like, Sure Strike could have done some work there if they blocked earlier, instead of just taking all the damage they did. So I think I go back to doing this. I probably should have just done it to my deck, which I can do, but, you know, it's whatever. Other than that, though, I don't see anything awesome. 2 mana, 3/1s would be good. This is a good hand. I just love these wood shapers. Even if that one did miss. 4 forests. So we're going to do another very exciting turn 2 Iron Shell Beetle. Okay, I think it's probably better to just play the guard, actually, because being able to play a 2-mana 1/1 that makes your 2/2 into a 3/3 is just way more impactful than playing this as a 2-mana 2/2. Okay, well, now I don't know that I bother doing that. I almost think I'd rather just play like Sworn Companions, especially because of Siege Worms. I think I attack. Like if they played a 2/2 there, then by all means that's what I would have done, but they didn't. And as a result, I think I just offer the trade that I don't think they take. Yeah. And then play Sworn Companions. Which means, should we draw a land, we can play Siege Worm on turn 4. Pretty good, right? Plus they trade with Leapfrog, so. Cosmotronic Wave would be pretty nasty. Just thought about that. Ooh, yeah, okay. We're going to take 7 to the face right here. They're going very aggressive. I don't know if I want to play Siege Worm as much as I want to gain life. Is that crazy? I don't think it is. Or Luminous Bonds. Oh, I can't play Siege Worm anyway, so... I guess maybe leaving back 10th District Guide's a good idea, but they can also, of course, recast that. We definitely need to gain the life here. And then I think I play Amara. Because she can make more tokens that gain life. Maybe next turn I play an Iron Shell Beetle so I can gain even more life. I've never really drafted the aggressive version of Izzet. It's just not, it's not what I'm interested in doing most of the time anyway. Okay, we take 6 in the air. The fact that we can keep gaining life is pretty big. Okay, 4th land, so we could play Siege Worm now. I don't think we do. We want to gain life again. I think we leave this back. I think we just want to keep making them have to give them flying. Yeah. Do I play the Beetle? The annoying thing about the Beetle is how inefficient my mana usage is, but it might still be the best thing to do. Gains me 3 life instead. Yeah, it's probably the best thing to do when we're staring down all this damage. They can give them flying super easily, so. They have 2 spells with, whatchamacallit in their graveyard, so. So we'll attack for, yeah, no, yeah, just probably too dangerous. I'm probably going to Luminous Bonds one of them. Last time we waited too long to Luminous Bond something, it really bit us, so. But I'll probably do it next turn. So they could like play another creature, maximize velocity, which would be really annoying. They could also just kill something here with Direct Current. Probably my lifelink token. Still worth it, I think. Then they drop me to 6. Then I can go back up to 7, assuming they go really aggressive here. And yeah, I think I would drop Luminous Bonds on one of them. Yeah, they're going to take down the lifelink token, which makes sense. Drop me to 6. Okay, so we know they have maximized velocity. I think I still leave back an Iron Shell Beetle, though. So we'll attack with both of these. Takes us to 7. So if they play a creature and play maximize velocity, we might still be dead, but I think we got to do this to have a chance here. More ways to gain life would be good against them, but I don't think we have any in our sideboard. So if they play like another leapfrog and maximize velocity here, I'm just dead. Stupid maximize velocity. And stupid flyers. Probably play a wood shaper next turn, assuming we get there. Like Sure Strike would be fun. I wish I had a Cosmotronic Wave right now somewhere in my sideboard. Well, we're making them think at least. That means they don't just have another leapfrog. They can't be afraid of anything with only 1 green mana up, so I think they would just go all in if they had lethal. Even if they don't have lethal, we're in some serious danger for lethal next turn. So then they probably cast Maximize Velocity. But maybe not. Maybe they want to wait a turn. I don't know. Let's draw another Luminous Bonds for that other leapfrog. Oh, they went for it now. Okay, so obviously we have to block the guy on the ground, more or less. We could not do it, but that would be a really bad idea, I think. So we'll chump him. Uh-oh. Okay, so we can go to 5, which should be enough to keep us alive, but to do that, we have to attack with our soldier into nonsense. Is there anything I could draw with Generous Stray that'll actually make a difference? I don't really think so, but it's probably still the right thing to do. Maybe we want Demotion against that, huh? You know, they're probably just going to take this, because on the off chance I have a trick, they're, like, screwed. So, I guess I'll attack with my soldier. I guess leaving it back, there's a chance it won't be able to gain me life if I leave it back. If they draw another land, they can just use this ability twice, too. It's worth noting. What's the smart thing to do here? I mean, we have a really low percentage chance of winning anyway, but we do want to maximize that percentage. I guess Gird for Battle would make some minor difference. So yeah, I think we play the Stray first. Yeah, it's not going to do anything. All right, so let's go to 5. It's brave if they block here. Yeah, I was gonna say, there's like no reason for them to do it. Like on the off chance I do have a trick, it's just like kills them. So do they have a land to kill us? They need a land to use that ability twice. I guess a spell would also kill us. Where's Hitchclaw Recluse when you need it, you know? Ooh. We're in trouble against this deck. Our deck just does not have a good game against flyers. Too bad we didn't get Crawl, Harpooner, you know? That's where we'd be able to get some game against flyers. So we're just dead next turn. I mean, we can make them kill us. Might as well, I guess. We'll play a Wood Shaper. So, because they can attack us with flying and then make something else unblockable. Taking the Wood Shaper, if we make it to another turn, is a good idea because it could help us hit Luminous Bonds. I mean, it's not going to happen, but on their turn. So, yeah, now they could just use the ability twice to kill us if they wanted. Now they can really kill us. Just attack with all 3 of these. Yeah. And we're dead. On to game 3. Man. Why do they have to have flyers? And why did I have to not draft like Hitchclaw Recluse or anything like that? Pause for Reflection can kind of be good against a deck like this that wants to go all in, but it seems like most of the time it won't do anything still. Yeah, I don't think there's anything we can change. I guess this can make stuff that can gain us life, so it's not typically going to be able to do it, but when it can, having another life gain token will make a significant difference. I think the trick here is good enough to keep it in, even though it's kind of clunky. I could cut one of these guys, or maybe this. Like their creatures are almost always going to be tapped. Yeah, I think I'd rather just cut it, because they're just going to be turning their cards sideways. We have to try to outrace them. So I think both Gird for Battle and Hazda Marshal are going to make us a little better at doing that. I mean, we could cut another high card and play 10th District Guard, but I don't think it's worth it. I would like to play first. Solid. We got our life gain tokens, which do make a difference against them, at least until they draw a Cosmotronic Wave. We didn't have to deal with that last game. If we did, we would have lost even faster. But we didn't. Lucky for us. Lucky for us. All right, so it doesn't really matter what we lead with. We don't have double colored anything. Not like only 2 colors anyway. We've been good about hitting our 1 swamp. It hasn't mattered yet. But maybe it will this game. Gal for 10th District Guard. So exciting. We definitely attack into that. Ooh, probably will come up. So we'll attack. I'm hoping they just... In that first game, they took so much damage. I mean, and I understand they're an aggro deck. They want to try to be the one to just, like, destroy us. But... And they need to keep creatures in play so that they can kill us before we stabilize. If they trade, that could go wrong. But still, they took some serious hits they didn't really need to in that first match that we managed to win. And it started with a very similar turn 2, so maybe we can do it again. Being able to play a Wood Shaper before my opponent can really threaten me feels really good. Like just being able to draw a card like that. We'll probably miss again now that I said that. Even though we have like 24 cards in our deck. 22? 22 cards in our deck that it can hit. So the chances... And there's only 31 cards left in our library. Oh, I guess I have 3 creatures. So, yeah. Not as many as I was saying. Okay, I'm kind of okay with that. You know, it does mean they could just attack us, but... And we can't attack through their guy. I don't really want to show them I have black if I don't have to, and I don't have to. So, but yeah, I don't have any good attacks here, which is annoying. Because of Ornery Goblin's ability, which just kills one of them when I attack. Well, when they block it. Wow! Are you kidding me? So we have 1, 2, 3. So there's still like 19 things we could hit in our deck with Somala Wood Shaper. Didn't hit them. Didn't hit. As soon as I said, I've never missed before. It's just like, yeah, well, you're going to miss now. Okay, now we will play our swamp because there's a chance we decide we want to use... I don't know why he doesn't just attack with that. Like, as the aggressive deck, I cannot block that. If I'll use all 3 of my creatures to block it, they all die. There's no, like, way for me to kill that Ornery Goblin. No way for me to block it. Unless I have a trick, which I kind of do. But yeah. Cosmotronic Wave. So, is it better here to save one of my creatures than it is to kill one of theirs later? Well, I'm not psychic, but I feel like holding onto a creature here is actually kind of awesome because I could then play Vigor Spore Worm, make this a 3/3 for a turn and gain a bunch of life. So I think I save one of these soldiers. Oh man, am I gonna regret this? I might. I might regret it, but for now I feel okay about it. So they can hit me for 3 here. I don't know that they will. I hope they don't. I feel like they should, but yeah, they will. Okay. Again, you know, smaller wood shaper putting 4 lands on the bottom does matter, but it's not as much value as just drawing a card, obviously. Interesting. I think we still play Vigor Spore Worm here. Right now, these can't block it. So I mean, they can, but there's no reason for them to, is what I'm trying to say. So attack for 3. We go back up to 20. They go to 15. They still have 3 freaking cards in their hand and a direct current in their graveyard. So let's keep that in mind. We do have a Siege Worm in our hand that we can play next turn. That's annoying. Yep. Capture Sphere my worm. Okay, so now we play the other worm for sure. Oop. Tried to convoke their creature. That would be overpowered, huh? If you could use your opponent's creatures. I think it's a lot better than Rosemane Centaur here because it can block better no matter like what happens, really. So I think we just take 2 because what they want to do probably, and they do have to 2-for-1 themselves to do it, is for me to block and then they use a trick. If it's Sure Strike, then it's not even that. It's a 1-for-1, but in a lot of ways they could 2-for-1 themselves, could have 2-for-1 themselves there. Okay, so we definitely attack with Siege Worm. The race has begun. Okay, so they probably do have Sure Strike. I'm just thinking that seems probable. Or some way to kill it. Yeah, Sure Strike it is. Alright, so I'm going to play Vernati's Shieldmate. And then I'm also going to play Rosemane Centaur. They're running out of gas over there too, and we do still have the largest creature on the table by a fair margin. They do have a direct current in their graveyard still. We need to draw something awesome. Wouldn't mind a Wood Shaper, just because it would most likely be a 2-for-1. Except for the last 2 times I cast Samala Wood Shaper, and it wasn't nice to me. Was not nice to me at all. This game they didn't get like a crazy leapfrog filled hand. That's the deck that we just can't beat that. I mean, we could if we draw really well, but the fact we have no reach, no flyers, no way to kill flyers, special way to kill flyers, it makes it hard on us. I would totally have sided in like Crushing Canopy if I had it, because it could also blow up Capture Sphere, which is really sad for us right now. See what happens. Okay. I'm pretty okay with that decision. So they could double block and take down my Rosemane Centaur. Playing something else, I bet, though. So now they can do the ability twice a turn. Should have brought into motion. Oh no, they're just direct currenting. Okay, that's less of a concern. All right, so I definitely attack with my Centaur here. The best they can do is double block it, so... Right now, they're going to do 4 to me a turn, and I'll do 4 to them a turn. Which is a race they win right now, but sooner or later, surely we'll draw something. Maybe they won't. Draw land. Damn it. Double direct current. No, okay, oh yeah, they have the activated ability. It's a nice mana sink right now for them to pump their mana into. So they can hit me for 4 here, drop me to 10. I hit them back, dropping them to 7. Nice. Okay. We play Iron Shell Beetle. I honestly think we pump the Soldier because the life gain is kind of a big deal, and they can't do a good job of blocking it right now. Take me to 12, drop them to, I'm guessing they block it. Yeah. Drop them to 7. Yeah. Nice. Making this a 5/5, I mean, there might be something to be said for doing that, but don't play Watcher. You bastard. Okay. Luminous Bonds. Come on. We got 2 in our library. Yeah, now I wish I made it a 5/5, huh? So they could block Rosemane Centaur in multiple ways to kill it here, but... And they have one way to block it that they don't get 2 for 1, but if they do block it that way, I get to kill the Watcher. So it's like... I don't know. Let's play this Generous Stray before we make... We know we don't need black mana before we make any decisions here. Luminous Bonds. No, not bad. Okay, now I'm much more willing to do a trade like that because I know that I can play the same creature but better. So yeah, they could block Watcher, Passwall Adept, or they could block double Ornery Goblin or Ornery Goblin, Passwall Adept. Those are their options. And all of them let me kill a creature. One of them lets me only kill 1, and the other options all let me kill 2. They could jump block it, but I don't think that's probable. Okay. Well, I think we want to kill the Passwall Adept the most. We're going to try to kill both, and I think we do kill both. Yeah, we do. Now we get to play an upgraded version of that card. At least as far as what it does on the battlefield. Same stats, same keyword, but leaves tokens behind. This is really where we need Luminous Bonds. So if we attacked right now with like these 3, it's not too bad, especially if you're all Luminous Bonds. But take a wood. I would take a Somala Wood Shaper. The chances of it hitting me a Luminous Bonds are pretty good right now. I wonder if it was correct to do what I did with Status Statue. Like if I go back and reconstruct this game, I wouldn't have this Soldier who has gained me 3 or 4 life, but I'd have a kill spell for that Watcher in the Mist. So yeah. Wonder what they have now. We haven't seen like any of the cards that killed us last game. Leapfrogs, or the thing that gives +1/+1 in haste. We do know they have Channel the Storm, which would definitely kill my Conclave person, Cavalier. Conclave Cavalier, yeah. And okay, just another Pass Wall Adept. That is annoying because they can double block the same way they did already, and oh, now they can't though. What? Are you for real? Really? That seems insane to me. They may have lethal with 3, 5. They only have 6 damage though. Well, I attack with everything. Takes me up to 9 and gets me in for a bunch. That is like super aggressive. I'm kind of scared about what they might have, but I'm hoping getting to 9, though they probably calculated that when they were thinking. But yeah. So they have to block something. So they go to 1 here. I'm real scared because this seems insane. But if they think it was the right thing to do, it probably means they have a way to hit me for 9 this turn. Not sure what that would be. Maybe they have the +1/+1 in flying card. It's the only thing I can think. Let's find out. Or it may be, I'm hoping maybe, they just knew they were going to lose the race, and the only way they could win is if they attacked like that and drew the ideal card. That's what I'm hoping for. Looks like we might be right. Unless they're saying GG's to me and going to kill me. Sometimes you don't know. Okay, we're 2-0. We have a chance at getting our Selesnya trophy. I will say, this deck feels nowhere near as dominant as the last couple trophies we got. But, I mean, you know, we've struggled to our wins. We've gotten there, but we haven't really ever felt dominant. Maybe in a game where our opponent was mana screwed, but we could get the Selesnya trophy. That would be cool. So, see you guys in that final match. All right, going into our final match, trying to get that Selesnya trophy. We would like to play first. Can we keep this hand? I mean, we can play our Shieldmate. We can play Luminous Bonds. There's a decent chance we draw green. I think it's an okay hand. It's not a great hand, but it's all right. Well, the good news about the Shieldmate is it can help us add green for the Centaur. Bad news is we still need to draw another land at some point to make that work, but the likelihood of that is decent, I think. Darn Fire Urchin. Ooh, we drew the forest we wanted. I think we attack. Let's play a forest first so we can bluff more than usual. Since we have Vigilance especially, there's really no reason not to take a free attack here. If they decide not to block it, we get into free damage. If they decide to block it, it doesn't really matter. Yeah. So we're going to play Generous Stray here. So we can play our Centaur next turn, no problem. We can also just play the Ceratok. It might just be better to slam the Centaur earlier, though. It's just so big compared to normal. Okay. Isn't that interesting? So I don't think I want to gird for battle just yet. I think I'm going to attack with the Shieldmate again and see what happens. Pretty sure they just block with Fire Urchin again, which I'm okay with. Yeah, they do. All right, so we're going to play our Centaur next. There's something to be said for using Gird for battle when your opponent can't interact, but I think I'm okay with just playing the Centaur. We'll leave our 2/2 untapped. Okay, is it Locket? Probably going to Gird this turn. Put it on Rosemane Centaur and Shieldmate. Yeah. And just attack with both. If they want to block and kill the Shieldmate with their Goblin Electromancer, I'm obviously okay with that. I mean, they could double block and only lose one card, but I'm okay with that, especially because we're following it up with Wild Ceratalk. Really? Yeah, they got something. Ooh, that's messed up. Okay. Yep. That is good. Well done, sir. Or madam. We'll play our Ceratalk now. Man. Sure Strike on Fire Urchin. Don't see that every day. I think we've drawn enough lands at this point, so we could stop. Our Ceratalk does not have the greatest attacks because they can double block it with Urchin and Electromancer. Double Luminous Bonds. I think I just attack with my Shieldmate. See what happens. Leave Ceratalk back. For now, I don't think I really want to play either Luminous Bonds. I think we're going to wait. I mean, these are certainly problematic, but I can't remove them from the battlefield, so I'm not really concerned about putting Luminous Bonds on them. If I could kill them one way or another, I would, because right now they can play all kinds of spells for heavy, heavy discounts, which is pretty scary for us. So, yeah, well, they probably have another Sure Strike. Okay, we definitely take down an Electromancer, if that's what we're allowed to do. Now they got something. Dazzling Lights, yeah. Okay. That's fun. They Surveil 2. They put both back on top. Our Shieldmate is dead, and we will end our turn. This isn't looking good. We can do so much with so little. In terms of mana, that is. Okay. We need to draw one of our beefy guys. One of them's already dead, but we do have others. That is not what I was hoping for. We'll end our turn. Start getting punched by a Muse Drake every turn. That'll be fun. Like I said, I am going to be kind of surprised if this is the Selesnya trophy deck I've been waiting for. I think it's a perfectly solid deck, but it's not overly powerful, certainly. But, you know, it could happen. Oh, that's not good. Well, there's our one swamp. Maybe that'll come up. I still don't think our Luminous Bond's anything. I mean, which doesn't make much of a difference. Oh boy. Oh, they're hypothesizing. I do love that card. Not so much when it's cast against me, but... So our Ceratalk will be dying, and all we'll have is a 1-2. It's going to be great. Unless they decide not to discard something, but that seems improbable. Because killing the Ceratalk really opens the floodgates here. Yeah. They discarded a Piston Fist Cyclops. They don't really need that right now. All they have to do is play a spell and they can attack me for 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Looks like they're not playing a spell, shockingly. So we're going to block the Fire Urchin. I'm sure they have a way to take down my Stray, but for now I'm blocking the Fire Urchin. Wow, they don't. At least they didn't want to use one. May have to put Luminous Bonds. Oh my god. Well, it's time for us to unload our Luminous Bonds. Sadly. flyer. I feel like I die less quickly if I put it there. Under turn. We've drawn really well in this draft so far, so it's about time we don't draw much. Sacrifice their locket, of course. We're getting dominated pretty much. We did slow our clock down a bunch, so there's that. But so we do have some time to try to find an answer. But we still don't have a lot. Ooh, that will help, though. And not only can it block effectively, it's probably going to hit me something here. Yes, it does. Okay, so Vigor Spore Worm, Intrusive Pack Beast, Siege Worm. I feel like Siege Worm's just going to be better because it's got more toughness, and that certainly matters against them. Bad news is they can still cast spells and make it unable to block. So, yeah. Vigor Spore Worm could push through a little bit of damage. But I think I take the Siege Worm. We'll play a land. And we'll end our turn. We can at least block the Electromancer now. Maybe. And, yeah. I mean, they do seem to just be drawing lands, which is working out for me in terms of buying me time. Would have been sweet to draw another Wood Shaper there. So I could give this 2 toughness, in which case, no, it doesn't really make a difference, does it? I think we're just going to unload our hand here. We're not going to Convoke. Could have had a counterspell. That would have been so much fun. You make this a 2/2 because why not? And we'll end our turn. Siege Worm can actually start attacking. Maybe in this grindier game I want 3 Wood Shapers. I could see that being the right thing to do. Because they are pretty great here where usually, again, usually, they're 2 for 1. Okay, well, we're not going to block stupid, you know. We're just going to do this and end our turn. There's no good reason for us to, like, do something crazy here. Oh, that sucks. Okay, big guy. If they'd done that first, they would have gotten in. They could have... Well, I guess they still couldn't really attack. So, Generous Stray is dead. Just like the gift it's giving me. Oh, good. Experimental Frenzy. A card that I misread in my set review. Yeah, we're dead. I mean, we may as well make them play it out, I guess. Drew far too many lands here, and our opponent's deck is really good. Those 2 things combined... Not so good. Did they play that land from the top of their library? Oh. That'll kill us, yeah. Maximize altitude. Okay. We were never really in that one. Oh, I do already have all 3 Wood Shapers. I don't know why I was thinking I didn't. So, we don't have much here. Demotion's not going to do anything. No. This is a much more control-y is a deck, so like the stuff that worked against the other one we played doesn't really work here. Yeah, I mean, I think our deck's as good as it's going to be against them. I mean, I guess Portcullis Vine can block some of that early stuff, but we have plenty of stuff that could have blocked that 1/3. We just didn't get it. I mean, we did block it for a while. It just didn't matter, you know? So, yeah. And I think we want this stuff. In fact, if I had some other big win condition, I would put it in my deck right now. But obviously I don't. Yeah. Could do something crazy and like put in our Lantern or Boros Guildgate, bring in Lava Coil. No, that's not the right thing to do. I would like to play first. This is a solid hand. Don't have anything till turn 3, but we have some pretty, you know, this is probably the best card in our deck. Probably better than Amara. Although I guess if you play Amara on turn 2, she's probably comparable, but you just don't always do that. Okay. We do have another Luminous Bonds, which is good. Part of the problem we had with the last game is our opponent just doesn't have, oh boy. Our opponent just doesn't have that many like big threats. They sort of just have all these value creatures, so playing like Luminous Bonds and stuff, it doesn't feel great, but in that last game it did end up making a difference. Hey, we drew our swamp again. Would have liked a Plains, but you know, it's whatever. So we take 2 because I'd like to play my Rosemane Centaur. Okay, we did draw Plains. In that case, I think we probably just play Conclave Cavalier. Oh yeah, I guess I should have attacked. Cavalier is just better, basically, than Rosemane Centaur at this stage of the game. I think I mentioned that earlier in the games that, like, you know, it's harder to cast in a lot of different ways, but if you can just cast it, it's way better because it has the exact same stats, but it leaves behind 2 friends. So, oh crap! Luminous Bonds is not good against that either. Oh, I don't think we're getting that Selesnya trophy, guys. I had some hope, but turns out, okay. I mean, I think we attack. I doubt they block just because there's such a serious risk of their guy getting killed. Murmuring Mystic. I think they probably just take 4, right? Yeah. Oh, crap. 1 blue mana? Oh, no. Okay. They can kill my creature now. Their deck is mean. I think we kind of lucked out, honestly, going 2-1 with this. They were fun games. The deck's fine, but you know, it's not a deck when I drafted it. I was like, this is strong. It's gonna be good. You can just triple block it. I do get to kill the token, but you know, who cares? And I do get 2 creatures out of it that are relevant, but still. All right. So, I think we just play the Rosemane Centaur now. I don't really see a reason to tap things down. I would do it if it would like really enable... No. If I played... Oh, I could have played Samala Woodshaper and then Convoked. That definitely would have been better. Whoopsies. Yeah, our deck has 1 card that can kill this, right? Yes. This is like an A is it deck. Oh my god. They're mean. Okay. Are we gonna put a Luminous Bonds on a Murmuring Mystic? Oh man. I don't think so. Don't think so. I think I'm going to play Vigor Spore Worm, make this a 5/5 and attack. And hope something comes of it. I could play Siege Worm instead, but I think the Vigor Spore Worm's actually pretty good here because they can't multi-block it. I mean, granted, if they have, like... if they have... any, basically... Not any, but a lot of removal spells can kill Vigor Spore Worm. So now you don't have the good blocks. So yeah, you just take 5. So we do push through some damage there. Oh no. Izzet was open in this draft. Although we haven't seen that many gold cards. I mean, we saw one Hypothesis. I mean, Electromancer is good, but it's a common. These are monocolored. They could have conceivably gotten them like pack 1, pick 1, and then pick 2, or first pack. They are basically rares. They feel like rares in just about every way. Okay, so what they can do here to take down my Vigor Spore Worm is block with like one of these and then use Crater Maker to finish it, but that's still a 2-for-1. And I think I'm okay with that. Could play Luminous Bonds, but I don't think we need to. If they want to give up 2 cards to take down Vigor Spore Worm, I'm cool with it. If they just have Command the Storm, I'm not so happy, but okay. They're just going to take it. Okay. Well, or they're going to bounce it? No. Command the Storm. They're seeing if I was going to use a trick or something. Why would I use a trick if you're not blocking? Should have blocked. Ooh, is something sorcery speed? I hope so. Hypothesis. Oh, that's nasty right there. Kill my poor Vigor Spore Worm. Most likely. Eventually, I know I keep saying that, but people have been busy with other things and not able to make me overlays or animations, but eventually I will have a Murmuring Mystic overlay and animation. So, let's see. I guess Siege Worm. Nothing feels great. Let's see. Can I play the Wood Shaper first here? I can. It's probably worth it. Sunhome Stalwart. Honestly, I guess another Wood Shaper is best. I mean, they've killed like our best creatures, which is sad. It's sad that those are our best creatures, but that's how it is. I guess Sunhome Stalwart's good. I mean, first strike and stuff. Let's see how much they punish us for doing this. Wish I had that flyer. That would have been, like, if I had 2 of the 4/5 flying Convoke, that would have, I think, pushed this deck to, like, a pretty respectable level. But as is, like, Siege Worms and Vigor Spore Worms and Conclave Cavaliers, you know, they're fine. But they're not exactly what you're looking for in terms of a win condition. Bounce Siege Worm. No, they're just radical ideaing and getting 2 birds. No big deal. It just feels like a losing battle. It's like if we can't win early against them, probably not going to win. Things would have to get crazy. I don't know. I literally don't think there's anything we can draw that would like help us get out of this. We're just going to take it all. Sure strike. It's a problem. So, yeah. Okay. So I guess I'm going to put Luminous Bonds on Piston Fist Cyclops as I flail helplessly. Do I attack with Siege Worm? I mean, I guess. I guess I do. Sure Strike alone can't kill it, so that's nice. And I guess, oh yeah, at least we're looking a little more respectable here, even though the board state is a helpless one. The fact that we've managed to take them down to 9. And we will play Stardock. I guess if we draw Status Statue, we have a chance, albeit not a great one. And we could theoretically go wide enough to take them out, but they're going to make enough bird tokens that that's going to be a tall order, I think. Hellkite Whelp. Okay. Could have been worse. Are they done attacking me yet? No. So, okay. Sure. Feels good. Ah, more people coming in. Okay, so never mind. I would have liked that. That would have given us a chance if they decided to get aggressive there. For some reason, they decided not to. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to go to combat. Attack with Ceratox, Siege Worm, and Rosemane Centaur. And let's see what happens. I think Tricks, honestly, would have helped push this deck further, too. 3, so we're going to take 7 in the air next turn. At least. If they make one more bird token, we're just dead. Yeah, we're dead. All right, well, not too surprised we didn't get the trophy. At least we were competing for it there at the end. We went 2-1 in the end. I'll see you guys in the next draft video.